I'm honestly surprised that they let Zen through, as that probably would have been their other choice if they had another veto. But yeah, we will be having Zen at some point if the series goes that long. We'll see. We also get to see their picks.
Everdream gonna be our first map coming out here from Solar.
Indeed. And we'll see what Trap picks next. As
contemplating.
people are
Wiping his brow. He's thinking right now, why did he pick that map?
Yeah,
like, what could it possibly mean?
Oh, God. I think he's done. I think he's done. I think he's cracked. I think Solar's done it!
99-0. Heck yeah.
The pressure got to him. I don't blame him. It got to me too. Oh, boy.
Oh. What does it mean?
The tension. Oh, there it is! This is pick
there
two.
It is! Pick number 2!
Oh, what a
he
comeback.
remained his composure in the very end. You know, he was just thinking. He just, you know, he remembered. Who is he playing for? And then he looked at his picture in his wallet. You good old Gemini. And he thought, yes. That...
He was contemplating what he was fighting for, and he was thinking about giving up. But in that last moment, he looked at his wallet. He looked at that photo sitting by his bedside table. He saw Gemini there, smiling with Trap, and he knew that he couldn't let his boy down.
And he made a map pick.
Yeah. And really, that's what's pushing him through this right now as he continues. He's continuing with the map picks as well. He doesn't even care that he's in the lobby right now. And there it is.
We have our order, and thankfully Wardy is keeping track of that, so I don't need to.
There you go. Look at that. What a champion. You know this separates the good from the great.
It does. You know, remembering who it's for in the end. Powering through, you know, even when pressure gets to you.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Solar fearless.
Absolutely.
He didn't miss a single beat. He was on it.
He knew what he wanted, and he just went on it.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go with instinct.
Corky taught him well.
That he did.
Yeah. He's yellow in Pokemon Go.
And speaking of Pokemon, here we are in the Everdream LE. That's probably a Pokedex entry for one of them. Here in the top right hand corner map, all the way on Everdream LE, ideally Edley. You thought I forgot about it, huh? Well, I did, but then I remembered. EDLE, of course, stands for Eternal Damage Looks Elsewhere. I couldn't think of anything. In the top right hand corner of that, spawning in the top right hand corner of the map, we have our Red Zerg all the way from the land of Korea. He is going to be representing his team into the clan, but also his team, Triumphant Song Gaming, TSG. We have Solar.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Korean Protoss player representing Jin Air Green Wings. He is Trap.
And I haven't checked this yet, Light, but I do believe that if Solar wins right here, he is going to be tied up once again with his old pal Zest in terms of most amount of ESL Pro Tour wins.
I do believe so. You know, they were neck and neck for a while there, and yeah, if Solar takes the win, he's gonna tie it up with old mate, with the semi-finalist himself, Songwook himself.
And those Zest and stats, yeah, they weren't able to make it all the way here to the finals, but thankfully, it's no longer the olden days of ESL Pro Tour Asia. or ESL Pro Tour in general, they are not going to be walking home homeless. They will be getting $50 each with them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have progressed as a society. You know, we no longer are we just savages who only host tournaments where the winner takes all. Instead, we do award some prize money now to top 4. So yeah, good on ESL.
And that's the real reason why we see more established names sign up.
Yeah, that's the real reason. I mean, you know. Yeah. By the way, tune into ESL their Open Cup tomorrow, which is $100 for the winner. Damn ice coffee. As
we always do, Australia just lagging a little bit behind there.
Yeah, just a little bit behind in the times. Yeah, it's, you know.
Alright. Trap has taken a page off of Stats' book. Not hiding the Twilight Council, but keeping it hidden.
Yeah, he is opting to go for that Twilight Council a little bit later as opposed to Stats. Stats opting to go for a much faster Twilight Council, but yeah, Trap's going for Glaive Adepts, and again, we'll see how he manages to deal with it, how Solar manages to deal with this. A big difference is that Solar was forced to take his natural at the third base location, which means that those drones are a lot more exposed to Adepts.
And look at the lack of creep connecting these bases. This is going to take such a long time for even roaches without Galile to get to each base, let alone queens.
Yeah, the Rich one only now starting up for Solar, and Solar, he still isn't quite sure what he's up against. He hasn't sent anything into the main base. He has no idea. As there we go.
Even wearing this warp prism.
Doesn't even know. Oh, you see it? You see it? Maybe
he might have seen a shade. Now, should have been able to see an adept there.
Yeah, he definitely saw one. And there he is. He's trying to pick a couple off. Oh, nice pick up though.
Good use of the high ground and the low ground here by Trap. Just making sure that the Solar cannot easily get to those units. You see the queens here. They are starting to group up. And that's a pretty good amount, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this build. You know, the queens are forced to the natural, but the adepts rotate down to the south, and they didn't commit to the shade. So again, you have to be so on top of this defense. I do like that Solar is getting a little bit of static D. He is getting a spine in his third base, which will help, but we'll see.
There's a little patch. Yeah, there's a little patch of lack of creep there where, yeah, it's gonna take a while for the queens to go in and out of, but yeah, I really like what Solar, he is really taking his opponent seriously right now. He knows I need to focus everything on defending against these adepts. I'm gonna try to, you know, just focus on where the shades are, and if not, then hope for the best and go rotate around, right?
Yes, so far solid defense here, and so far Trap hasn't committed to a single shade. So very interesting play here. Oh, the adepts are kind of left alone. No warp prism in sight. So be careful.
And it's starting to turn around a little bit. This shade, I think, a little bit more of a little bit of a poke, get a little bit of pressure done, and see what you can get away with. This time, yeah, the wall, not quite a wall here, but good use of the sentries. Those Zerglings are not gonna last long. Those adepts will make sure of it.
You know, nice counter damage there. Solar forcing the adepts home, not really letting Trap comfortably take a third base. And yeah, nice defense here in the main base, able to force the Warp Prism away. As, oh my god, is it happening again? Maybe. We have 20 Lings moving out across the map. We have Ravagers being morphed as well. Solar, he's going for the same push.
Quirky, control your boy.
And this time I don't know if it's gonna work out.
I'm actually kind of optimistic here for Solar. You see the sentries, they are quite a bit low on energy here. Now there's about only 2 force fields left that that Solar can really, no, not Solar, Trap can really go for. We do see another run by going into the third base location, and the Biles are really raining havoc here. There are a couple of Immortals here, and Trap is trying to get more, but I'm still not too sure if it's gonna be enough here.
Once the Cybernetic Core goes down, that's gonna be it for the Adepts. No more can be warped in. Once it goes down, it is still alive though, so it needs to, there it is, a couple of Biles do rain down, and he does take it out. But again,
Yeah, Trap is regaining that energy on those sentries though, and this is a good use of the force fields. The Biles will make short work of them, and look at his CranKy from Trap though.
And what I do like is Solar, he knows this, he's recognized the situation he's in, and he started droning up again.
He hasn't recognized these Dark Shrines though, or this Dark Shrine though. Now, can we take a look-see here? There are a couple of spores around here, so it's not... Solar is decently prepared against this. But again, Archons are something that you do not want to underestimate as a third player. Especially when you're going this style of Roach Ling.
I mean, as that push was happening, he did get his lair. He does have spores, so detection-wise, he should be good. And again, I want to stress that I do like that Solar recognized that the position for Trap was too good defensively, and he decided to back off and drone up. So he is no longer all in. We're transitioning. Trap, he's also getting his third base as well, so we are getting into a longer game.
Oh boy. Yeah, finally, Trap is going to be able to secure this third base. Solar, okay, now he's getting a fourth. There we have it. I was going to say, I'm going to be a little bit worried for Solar, because...
Yeah. It did take a little bit of time there, but he is getting it in the end, regardless. And yeah, honestly, when it comes to that defense, a lot of it came down to the fact that Trap... He was very conservative with his adepts, with his shades, and because of that, he had so many more for the defense when the Ling Roach Ravager came across the map. And I feel like that was pretty key, especially compared to stats in the position that he was in.
ZTs do not go for the Zerglings, okay? My breath was very held there. Where is the Overseer? There is the Overseer with the main army here, and Solar, he's about to be maxed out here.
That he is, and he does spot the Warp Prism in the end. The DTs, though, they do go unnoticed.
At least one of them does. There isn't any detection at this particular position here, but Solar has had about enough. He is going straight for it. He is well aware of the size of his army relative to Trap's, and it doesn't quite seem like it's going to be enough here. Trap is going to have to be make very good use of these force fields, and Solar, he still is gonna have to be really careful.
Yeah, the force fields are on point, and they're but the force fields, they are running out. Like, the sentries are running out of energy, and we'll see if Solar is able to break him.
I don't think there's there's enough energy here for another force field yet. The Immortals are making a bit of a breakthrough here, and meanwhile the Warp Prism comes back in, and the juggling is enough. Solar chased all the way back to his side of the map.
Yeah, the warped in DTs for defense as well. Trap does hold. He doesn't just hold, but he's retaliating as well. He's applying the pressure. He's not stopping, and we'll see if Solar
can. The army supply. When it's even in a PvZ, it's not actually even.
Yeah.
This third player is quite a bit weaker, but all things considered, so long as Solar is able to hold this, he is in a very good position economically. He did a ton of damage to Trap. Trap is so all in. There are a lot of Immortals. The Archons are not helping out just yet. And that was a pretty good concave, but it's still not quite enough.
Yeah, so 20 Lings are on the way, and once they come out, then maybe Solar can have enough to hold. But right now, he has what he has here on the field, and
he's going to be relying so much on these Biles. The Biles do get eaten. A couple of these Immortals did manage to get taken out, but there's still a healthy amount of them here for Trap. It is neck and neck right now, who is going to win this engagement.
Yeah, nicely done there. Forces to cancel on that warp in, but the army is pushing forward. All the Ravagers are going down. Oh, I think this may be it.
Trap just has enough. GG is called. What an intense game number one.
Wow.
Just wow.
GG. Trap did what Stats couldn't. Kind of. Stats did take a game. And he's up 1-0 in this series.
Indeed, he is. Man, oh man. I do kind of feel like that was, I feel like that was kind of like Soldier versus Stats on the same map, but just more intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of Trap showing that he is still an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, each time Solar came rushing across the maps. Trap was able to hold at his natural, he was able to hold at his third base as well. I mean, sure, he lost 20 workers, he lost his Nexus, but he had what he needed, and that was those Immortals and those Archons. He had a strong, beefy army, and yeah, Solar just, he just tried to end the game, and he just didn't have quite enough to close it out.
So you're closing it out. This lobby's about to be closed, so everybody get in. Everybody's in. Nice.
Yep. Do you have Maddox? The Bel Air?
Yeah, we have a
Coca?
translator.
Yeah, we do. You remember that SXD? Solid translation.
Do you think the S was just... Do you think that Maddox was just posting a symbol of hope? Like the S?
I think it was hair. I think it was the XD, but the S was the hair for the face. I think
I thought that was just a symbol of hope. From his, where he's from. But speaking of which, here we are in game number 2. We are loading up here on Nightshade, otherwise known as Belladonna. LE. LE, of course, standing for Lithuanian Extractor. Lithuanian Extractor. That's the best extractors, if you did not know, are from Lithuania. That is because farming is important. So they have to get the right equipment.
Yeah, the rich extractors are actually from Lithuania.
Yeah, that's accurate. Here we are in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spotting in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. It is going to be our Red Zerg, Quirky's youngest himself. He had one heck of a run to get to the finals, but now he's already down the map. Can he turn his fortunes around? We will find out. Coming all the way from Korea, representing into the clan as well as Triumphant Song Gaming, TSG. We have Solar.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE, we have the Korean Protoss player representing Jinner Green Wings. It is a trap.
I feel like when you do the, like the TSG or BSG, you have to like lift your hands up and throw your wrists down.
I've been doing that all day.
Ah.
Yeah. Even when you don't do one of those.
Yeah. Wait, what?
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 So we have a pretty we have a pretty standard opener coming out from Solar. Yeah. Again, hatch gap pool. Did get blocked and denied once again.
Yeah, this time, this is what I like about Nightshade though, which I feel like I'm discovering in potentially the final season, that Nightshade is going to be in the map pool. I like that there's the idea of aggressive and defensive third bases. Trap, taking a page off of Stats' book with as to where to place his tech, but going his own way. He is the wing commander. We've known him for this in the past. So we were talking about this before the series started, Light, and Stats did not go Stargate at all versus Solar. This could be something that Solar might not be expecting.
It's true, like, once you've played this many ZvPs in a row, then it is possible that Solar has kind of gotten into the rhythm of things, and he's like, you know what, it's probably just, that's why I cancel opener again. Like, I'm just gonna, you know, kind of AFK and just play as if that was what was coming. So this could catch him a little bit off guard. We'll see, as we have seen that he has been a little bit greedy when it comes to throwing down spores, in that sometimes he doesn't. So this could completely catch him off guard.
Well, we shall see. He does have a decent queen count for this stage of game, but again, as we were saying, it's gonna take a while to get from base to base.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially since, I mean, look, he was forced to get his natural at the third base location. Look at all that dead space with no creep in between the bases. Like, oh my god,
that
like,
is
there's just
massive.
Yeah, trying to walk from the third to the. Oh my god! Like, look at all that.
Look at that
It's
queen.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Look at that queen. It doesn't have to grip. It has to be careful. It's walking on tiptoes there.
That it does. Someone at Jet. Karen's gonna have to do a lot of walking here. Oh boy.
I normally do that at gym. Solar should see this now with that Ling. Whether or not he was looking at the minimap is to be determined. We'll be throwing down a couple of spores here. So it's safe to assume that he has. They might just be safety spores.
Yeah, it does seem like safety spores for now. There is one at the main. They are at each of the bases, but they're a little bit late. The Oracles are coming in. They bypass the third base, go straight into the main, but the spore at the main has just finished up.
This is... I like what Solar did there. Just making sure that... Because he didn't have a lot of resources to expand the defenses. He knew, I have my queens here. I'm going to use that for anti-air.
Yeah.
Focus on the other bases. This Ling is having the time of its life here.
It's so excited.
It's chasing its tail.
It's like, I'm going in. I'm scanning. I did it.
I saw the base.
Kill me. My life is complete. Just end it.
I've peaked. But his reinforcements will be coming in here. They will try to deny this third base. Trap, you're gonna have to cancel that, buddy. You're gonna have to cancel that. Does get to cancel up. But meanwhile, a couple of adepts here trying to see what they can get done. Not that much. Does get a couple of drones, but that's about it.
Exactly. The answer is not that much, as there have been queens defensively positioned. The third base did get cancelled. A couple of workers went down as well. Oh, Zella gets caught out. Oh boy.
That it does. Or at least the sentry and the stalkers are in fact safe. Trap going to be transitioning out into that dark shrine. See, he probably won't be using his DTs. If he does, it'll be defensively. But yeah, Archon's always a good bet. These queens, Solar's had enough. Solar's had enough. Light Solar has had enough. Okay, he's running up now.
He's not far. No, he's not. He has had enough, or he hasn't had enough.
He couldn't decide whether or not. He doesn't know what he's had.
What he's had is he does not know.
But what he knows, he does not have.
Oh, you're right. He knows that he didn't have what he didn't have, but what he does have, he does not know.
What am I?
Who am I? All right, so we do have Solar getting a fourth base. Nicely done. He is getting rid of those rocks as well, so he can defend it quite nicely. Meanwhile, we do have this Warp Prism heading across the map with those DTs. So far, completely unscattered by Solar.
Indeed, it is. Now, there is some detection here, but the defenses have been split up by Solar. Highly doubt he's going to be anticipating this, and one thing to keep in mind is that even with detection, the single target damage of a DT is massive. Exactly. And jump in, like, get a bunch of drones, jump out.
Like, you can have a spore and that's nice, but these DTs could just focus on that spore. But nicely done. Solar is in position, was ready to body block for that spore, and he's repositioning the spore at his third as well, just in preparation. Nicely done.
You see this third base follow-up coming out from Trap. Solar, he really does not want his day ruined by DTs here.
No, he's making sure that he has split his army accordingly. He has a couple at his third, he has some here at his fourth, and yeah, so far nicely done. I'm a little bit worried though, because so far we haven't seen a ZvP where Solar, he kind of techs up past Ling Roach Ravager.
Well, what more do you really need here? It is a good old Su style that he has known to do. Solar, he has a lot of supply up on top of Trap, so I feel like his strategy is mostly just, I'm gonna max out as quickly as I can and then go across the map, which is working out decently well for him so far, but now he's on the other side of the map.
Yeah, it's so difficult to push in here. There are nice choke points around this base, so force fields are key. So far, they're pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. Still plenty
looks
of
like a
energy
Ling run
on
these,
these,
get into the natural. Oh, he gets in! The wolf's on the wall!
In. These Oracles trying to get something done, but the Spores will stop it. Meanwhile, these Lings are wreaking havoc. And what do we say, like, don't give the child options.
Exactly.
So Trap is Actually, Trap still's got a couple of options. But now Solar is starting to come in. Good little split here. Not all of the biles did manage to land, but there were some that still did. I think Solar might just have way too much here for Trap to really deal with. He does not.
Pretty much every single sentry. Only one remains, and it falls, and that is it for the force fields.
GG is called. Solar fighting back in this series. Gonna be tying up this match 1-1.
Here it is, the sideways 1-1, as Old Man Steel would say. God rest his soul. And we are getting ready for game number 2. Oh boy.
Game number 3.
Game number 3 even. See who gets that second point on the board.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Eternal Empire. Thanks, Wardy.
Yeah, Wardy is making the lobbies for.
I want a Kreesan versus Kuro. But we are, in fact, going to be casting Trap versus Solar.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Kraden Ladder. I could be wrong, but
he is part of Steel's club of whatchamacallit, bald casters.
Yeah. Where they do not play, they watch.
Exactly.
They observe, I should say.
From a distance.
They oversee.
They are overseers.
Yeah. And in this series, I guess we'll see. Honestly, it all comes down to what Trap does, because so far Solar has pretty much done the same thing every game. He's been very reactive, and his responses have been the same as well. Surprisingly, honestly, like it's giving me some ideas as well when it comes to this matchup.
Oh no!
Like Solar, he just Ling roaches, and then he goes for a big counterattack, pretty big committed counterattack afterwards. It's kind of interesting how he approaches this matchup. We'll see if Trap adapts to it, because Solar, again, he's been very repetitive these games. And we'll see if there's kind of a way to abuse that.
So it's like a cucaracha timing.
Yeah,
but it's not a timing, because you're not trying to time it. You're trying to react to it. It's all coming together here.
Exactly. There is no time in this series.
Busy preparing for TSL.
That he is. It's in the lower bracket.
Solo
Spoilers, by the way. if you didn't watch the first night of TSL. Anyway, here we are. Take it away, Yaku.
Alrighty then, we are now here on Eternal Empire Ile, which, as we all know, does in fact stand for Eventual Espresso's Late Evening. Eventual Espresso's Late Evening. That's when, you get scolded for having a cappuccino in late at night. I'm not sure why I became Italian. We're not in Belladonna anymore.
It's also when you order in some Dare Ice coffee as you're watching ESL Open Cup fueled by Dare Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. KST.
Lincoln somewhere here in the top right hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right hand corner of the map. He is our Redzug, all the way from the land of Korea. He is none other than Corky's youngest. He is the brightest, for he is representing Into the Clan as well as Triumphant Song Gaming TSG. We have Solar. Panel.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Korean Protoss player representing Jin-Air Green Wings. It is Trap.
And after being up one game and having it tight to him, He had to seek out some inspiration, man. He had to reach out. To his right sat a demon. No, to his left sat an angel. His name was Creator. And he said, "Don't worry. Don't worry." But to his right sat a demon. His name was SOS. And he said, "Just cannon rush, Lamau."
And behind him stood no one, but there was a photo of his beloved. And that reminded him of what was right in this matchup. And he was not gonna forge first and not listen to SOS.
For he knew that the person on his back was Coach Ryu.
Who? What? You lost me. I was with it, and then I wasn't. What? Who was Coach Ryu?
Coach Ryu.
Ryu is a Zerg Peruvian Italian player who plays in Sentiments Latino, I'd have you know.
Yeah, but there's also Ryu one.
Ah. Alright.
Also, he looked at his picture of Gemini just for added inspiration.
I was also half expecting you to go into your priest impression. I was waiting for it.
And on the third game in the best of 5 finals, Trap did declare. No, wait, the Gemini did come down onto Trap, and he did declare, "My boy, you need to do the Adept Printer. Look to Zest for advice." And so he printed the Adepts, and he got the resonating glaives. And the 4 Adepts walked across the map, slowly but surely. The Warp Prism steady behind them.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And I'm sure a lot more people would go to church if that was what they expected in the Hall of the Lord. But instead, here we are. Not on a Sunday. We're here on Monday instead for ESL Open Cup Asia. We are not here. It is not the Sabbath. We are here on a Monday, the work day. And we'll see how much work these Adepts can get done as they are shading in.
Once again, Trap is doing what he did in game number 1, which was just completely faking out these shades. It doesn't matter if he needs to commit or not. He does manage to split off a couple here, and they might get a couple of drones. Did get one, and look at that. He split off exactly 4, so he could fit into the Warp Prism and back away. And I was gonna say, it doesn't even matter if he doesn't get the drone damage or the army damage. Keeping Solar contained is absolutely what Trap wants to do right now.
Yeah, and we can see that he isn't committing to shades as much as he has in previous games, as behind this, he is working on his immortal count, he is working on his macro. Oh my god, 6 workers went down!
And this time he got more drones than he ever did using this build.
That was insane! That is pretty juicy.
That is pretty dang juicy, I can tell you that, like.
I think I looked at that, I was like, 2 Adepts, and Solo looked at that and he's like, 2 Adepts, and then Trap looked at that and he was like, 2 Adepts. He got 6 worker kills.
The target firing is a heck of a drug, I can tell you that, like.
Jesus
all the
Christ.
defenses here of Trap are being set up. Solar wants to try to break this, but just gonna back away. He knows that he cannot crack that code.
God. Alright. And yeah, Solar, he's kind of being chased down now because, again, Trap, he didn't commit anywhere near as many Adepts. Now his army is looking so solid in comparison. Oh my god, even the roaches are going out.
Look at all of these force fields. Isolates the roaches beautifully, and there's still plenty of energy left on these sentries. Trap might just end it here if he takes one good engagement, but that is definitely a big if. Solar is really alert right now.
Yeah, and he shades into the natural as well, looking to get more worker kills. 3 go down, maybe even a couple more.
4. Is Trap just, you know, gonna tempt Solar with, hey, you know, you have the option to all in right now. Because as we know, so you cannot force Solar into an all in. You can only give him the option or tempt him to do it.
Okay, so I do like this. So Solar, he is looking to play quite differently as we have seen in previous games. He's throwing down, Baneling Nest. We have +1 melee on the way as well. We are getting a 4th base, which I imagine won't be for droning up for macro. I imagine it will be for those larvae to make more and more lings. We'll see as, I do like this from Solar. I'm a little bit worried at the lack of Ravagers. He only has 3 here, 4. I feel like he needs a couple more. With his main army.
Oh, definitely. But it is going to take a little while before his big push comes in. I like that he took the rich Vespene gas as Banelings. You don't normally think of the gas count, but it does add up. Infestation Pit actually going to be thrown down behind us, so it could be Infestors, it could be Swarm Hosts, but yeah, maybe Solar might just surprise us a little bit here and go into Hive Tech. He is getting that Spire.
Interesting. I'm curious to see if he's getting this just for Broodlords, like he's getting the Infestation Pit just to get a fast Hive, just to get a fast Greater Spire. It is possible, we have seen that before, and the Ling Ravager Roach is just to buy time, but we do have a nice elucidated Scout. Trap sees everything in the main base. He knows exactly what Solar is up to. We'll see if that's if Trap does something about it, as he does have Storm on the way.
Absolutely. I think that Trap is just about realized I'm on a bit of timer. I have to either get to my late game or prevent you from getting yours. And he is still going to be harassing quite a bit here. Solar already on 82 drones, so yeah, if Trap wants to lower that number a little bit, that would definitely be beneficial.
Yeah, definitely. And stats, sorry, I keep saying stats. Trap is it's this barcode. Why is there a barcode here? Trap is opting to expand behind this. Instead, we do have a couple of adepts in the natural here, getting more and more worker kills. Oh my god, so much value for these adepts. And Solar, he's kind of falling apart a little bit. Like, more and more workers have been going down to this workerism harass.
They definitely have. They definitely have, and you don't want to let that happen when you're, when you're banking on maxing out early. But I don't know. I still kind of favor Solar here. I think once again, he's gonna have to phase out these Lings, but I think he's gonna try to go for a big dedicated push. In which case, it's gonna depend a lot more on Trap and, on his micro. A couple of these Banelings will get wasted as the pathing on this map. Not too ideal, but Solar gonna be splitting his army, trying to go for a couple of run-bys.
Yeah, there's already static defense here though, so
this is enough Banelings though. I think this is enough Banelings to kill the Nexus, but Solar does not go for it. He goes for the peripherals. And the end, only 3 probes have gone down. He will lose the Nexus though. He's gonna lose the Nexus. Does get focused down, and the force fields were just a bit too slow there.
Yeah, and there we have it. We were talking about it before. He is working on that Greater Spire. Hive had finished up, so Broodlords will be coming out shortly, and Solar has bought enough time.
He's maxed out without any Corruptors though.
That is true. He is looking to trade first before going into Corruptors and Broodlords. We'll see. I mean,
and also when you have this many Banelings, you're gonna trade pretty well, no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, the flank!
The flank does not manage to hit. Very quick force fields coming up here from Trap. And now here's another bit of a run-by, which this is actually where Trap kind of wants to fight. But Solar will not give him the fight that he wants. He's going to be losing quite a number of these Links here, which is exactly what he wants. Does not need to cancel there. That hatchery, that Nexus rather, is still alive. I got a bit of a heart attack there, Light.
Beautifully done there by Trap, able to save his base, but a couple of Archons get caught out, everything gets cleaned up, and Corruptors are being made right now. We're gonna have Broodlords shortly. We'll see. There is a timer. Will Trap be able to do something before the Broodlords come out, as they are already being morphed?
They are. Oh no, these Banelings, even though the Storm did manage to take a couple of them out, they did fall, or crash rather, straight into these Stalkers. And that is a big anti-air here for Trap. He needs these Stalkers for these Broodlords.
Yeah.
Oh no, the High Templar! A couple of them did get taken out, but a lot of them are still around. The Archons are being morphed, and it's pretty healthy. But still, Solar just has so much here.
And the anti-air, the Broodlords are coming in.
Those
He's
are
gonna be
coming
able to
in.
clean everything up.
Blink Stalkers are gonna have to do something. And these Biles, man, they are wiping out the Archons. They even lag there. GG is called. Solar takes the third game. So much was going on there. Wow. E already a match point.
Wow, GG, Solar takes the game, and yeah, I feel like Trap just wasn't. I don't know. I was gonna say Trap wasn't expecting that army composition, but his hallucinated phoenixes saw everything.
Maybe
I guess,
he thought he would. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that really I think it came down to Solar buying so much time with the Ling run bys, keeping Trap at home so often that Trap, he never got to push out until the very end, and when he did, the Broodlords were done.
I think that's a big part of it. I also think that another possibility is that Trap thought he was up against Mio Micah and was anticipating an Ultra Den or Ultraless Cavern.
I'm gonna place a bet. I'll say Trap has never heard of Mio Micah.
No, he has to. He has
Literally
to.
never
He
heard.
has to. He has to have heard of Mio
Literally.
Micah. He has to have heard of Mio Micah because Mio Micah did take out Maru that one time.
I think he doesn't
and
even
Trap
know his name.
is a teammate. Trap and Maru, they're teammates.
I think they bring it up with Maru and they don't even refer to him as Mio Micah. They
Yeah, he's just like, remember when you got
taken?
taken out by that Zerg player at WSG? And Maru's like, not this again.
Oh god.
You remember that? And he's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I bet you do.
What happened?
You know? How'd you get 2-0'd? How'd you get 0-2'd? But speaking of which, we are here on Zen LE. The barcode confused me a little bit. I was trying to get the scores in. All right, we are on Zen LE, which does in fact stand for lethargic energetic. That's when, you know, you're hyped, but you've also been awake for 72 hours. Here, in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, all the way from Seoul, the mecca of esports. He is our Red Protoss, the wing commander himself. He is looking to be in a lot of trouble, so he is calling on to the Trinity, the Madman, the guide creator, and the little brother. I'm referring to SOS Gemini and creator there. He is representing Jin Air Green Wings. We have Trap.
Hold on, as I am currently tweeting at Gemini right now.
Well, you know, priorities.
Yes, as we are now on match point, correct?
Yeah, for Solar.
There we go, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, representing Triumphant Song Gaming TSG, we have the Korean Zerg player, currently up 2-1 in this best of 5. Can he close it out here and now? It is Solar.
Alright, another little cheeky hatchery block coming out here from Trap. That, as we've seen in previous games, can make or break the Zerg player. I would not be surprised if I would not be surprised if Solar decides to go for something a bit more aggressive here on, as it is Zen. And that is a wide open hole in that wall from Trap.
That it is, and because of the layout of Zen, I don't blame Trap for not opting to go for Adepts, as it can be a little bit more difficult to multi-prong, since you can kind of shut off the natural and whatnot, but instead opting to go for this Stargate opener, which I do approve of, and we'll see if he's able to do it.
I think particularly on Zen, knowing Trap's playstyle, Stargate is the best, really the only option for him, as you know, he needs, if Solar decides to be super aggressive, then he needs it to defend, and if not, then turn around. Get a couple of drone kills.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
see Oracle coming out first.
So far, a decent amount of kills, forcing all the drones to be pulled off the mineral line, you know. Nicely done there, just with those 2 adepts, and the adepts lived as well. So far, so good for Trap. We'll see as, again, the Stargate has been unscouted. The Oracle is already moving across the map.
Indeed, it is. Trap has just about identified that Solar, he is going for his old, his reliable strategy of max out as quick as possible. There are no spores here, and does actually get a couple of drones here, and backs away with that Oracle still well alive.
Yeah, nicely done there. Does lose a little bit of health, but not too much. Gets 4 worker kills, and does force Solar to throw down a bunch of spores defensively. Yeah, interesting. Trap is getting another Oracle as well. You know, they are nice for tagging as well as with dealing either lings or even focusing down Ravagers defensively as well. So we'll see how he utilizes it. They do have a lot of versatility.
Absolutely, and something that else that people don't really talk about Oracles. When you get them, you can use them to have your Stalker clear out the Overlord.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Bet you never thought of that, have you? You probably have. I apologize for being a little bit antagonistic there.
Yeah, you probably haven't.
I haven't.
Gemini.
Whoa! Whoa! We do not need to start this beef.
Look, I'm just saying, I checked Twitter and I saw that Gemini hadn't tweeted even though his boy is in the finals. I feel like someone needs their priorities straight. Because Trap is fighting for his life right now.
Indeed,
he is putting everything on the line.
That he is. He's putting these oracles on the spore, if you will. And he does manage to make it out of there alive. Gets a couple more kills there. That's just proof of how careful Trap is playing this out right now. He's taking risks, you know, but he is alert. He does not want to just get out of this game. Trap now almost doubling the army supply of Solar, trying to go for a bit of an early sort of Soul Train here, not really to get too much damage done, just trying to be a bit more active on the map to set up for his eventual push. Does Regia Scout the Spire, and this is actually the quickest Spire that Solar has gone for so far.
I was gonna say it's the quickest Spire, and it was immediately scattered as well by the hallucination. So well done there by Trap. Trap needs to be a little bit careful because his army is looking a little bit bare bones here in the middle of the map. It's you know, only a handful of sentries and an immortal. It does have to be careful. He does have a recall available to him, so I imagine that's kind of what he's banking on.
Oh yeah, there's enough energy on these force fields to make, or on these sentries, rather I should say, to force field the circle. This immortal was gonna go down. Unfortunately, no, it is not. The force fields. Hello, Trap is an Agent of Shield after all.
That he is. Doesn't even need a warp prism.
Actually insane. That's actually insane. And even with the link streaming across the map, that immortal is still alive. And now here's the warp prism coming across the map. But these mutalisks though, they worry me so much for Trap.
Yeah, again, like there isn't too much anti-air here, and he's warping in my Templar. Oh, if he turns into Archons, yeah, there will be nice defense there. Especially if they zone the mutas away from the warp prism. I imagine Solar's gonna want to try and jump on that warp prism as soon as he can. I
feel like it kind of depends on how gung-ho Solar wants to be. Oh, these mutalisks are not all grouped up. I was gonna say, I feel like Solar might have enough to just jump on the warp prism, and even if it goes down, then that's fine. Or even if the mutalisks go down, it's fine. He will have a ground army. But now, it's happening.
He's sending the mutalisks across the map, but they did get spotted as that was happening, so there is a little bit of defense there. But Trap, he's pushing into the third base of Solar. We are getting to a little bit of a base trade here. Oh boy.
That indeed we are. Solar is killing so many probes, and we might have a repeat of Solar versus Stats game number 1. but that might not be the case here. Trap is really fighting with everything he's got right now. Gonna be taking out so many bases here of Solar. Solar, you know, trying to see what he can get done here, but there are a lot of shield batteries here. There are Phoenixes.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be enough? I think Trap has enough here.
Yeah, I think
Trap's done enough damage.
Just killing the Phoenixes, he should be able to clean up.
Here we have it. We are going to our
ace.
ace match. It was all the Gemini blessing.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Gemini, he finally tunes into the stream. He gives Trap his energy, and there we have it. He ties it up. Going to game number 5.
I am nodding my head into that. The actual final map.
There it is.
Simulac Rum.
Are heading into the final map. Yaku, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, I can.
Intros?
Yeah, I can. You know, it's, you know, I can. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you actually?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Literally the last game is the final game.
Literally. What I was saying, I can't observe when you make me laugh. You're a bad boy, Light.
Right. Here we go. Here's the real question. I don't see Gemini tweeting. Is he watching?
Whoa.
Is he even there?
He's there in spirit. No, you know what? He's in Trap's mind. Soul. His soul is with Trap. And the Lord did declare that on the Monday of the ESL Open Cup Pro Tour Asia Division that we would have in our PVZ finals. We would have it here, going all the way down to the ace match. And the opponents, the players, the contestants here, one of them will be spawning in on the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the Australia side, the good old Australia, hey, yeah, side. He is gonna be coming out here all the way from the land of Korea. He was the one who would be on Into the Clan, as well as Triumphant Song Gaming. TSG coming out here. He was the Red Zerg. He only needs to win one in order to match up his rival. He is Solar. Can I get an amen here? And in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning out by the Texas area, it was gonna be a blue Protoss. The boy himself, all the way from Seoul, the mecca of esports. And speaking of souls, he was the purest soul. He needed the help from the other pure souls to his left and to his right. And from above, the Lord did come down on him, and he did say, you know what you have to do. He was the one representing Jin Air Green Wings, the wing commander himself. He did go by the name of Trap. Can I get an amen here?
Amen. Oh, all right. Here we go. It may be Monday, but it is not Sunday
somewhere in the world.
In Korea. It's literally not. It's
it's Sunday somewhere in the world.
It's Sunday maybe somewhere in Alaska or in America maybe.
Hawaii.
I don't think it is.
It
Hawaii.
Isn't. But
it isn't.
You know.
It is Monday officially. But you know what? You know what? Some people go to church on Monday.
Do they?
No. Alright. So we have a pretty standard opener once again coming out from Solo, going for a hatch gas pool. Pretty economic, pretty...
And you know what, like,
the book.
I feel like this is the first time, I feel like this is an omen. The first time Solar is not being hatch blocked.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Look at that creep spread.
It's
that
all
could be,
connected.
That could be a little bit of a false sense of security, you know? Solar, he thinks he's safe, but because he thinks he's safe, he's not, because he's not spreading creep in between his main and his natural.
No, he is not. Now, once again, Trap going for this Glaive Adept build, and it's just like you were saying, like, Solar, because he didn't have to creep, he had to be 110% alert in the previous games. It's the reason why he was able to come back from deficits, but now... I don't know. Okay, he's putting the tumor.
Oh, never mind.
Alright, okay.
He's fine. He's perfect. He knows.
Yeah, he's alright.
This isn't Solar's first Monday.
It is not.
He's had at least 19.
3. Yeah, checks out.
Yeah, and because of that, he is ready. He does have his creep spread really nicely in between all his bases. He's getting a bunch of links. His Roach Warren is almost done, and he may be... And he spots the Warp Prism. Wow.
Indeed he does. There are already roaches coming out here from Solar, and a lot of links hoping to get some surrounds. Once again, Solar, if he just goes for this concentration of his army, just preventing anything from... or preventing Trap from being able to commit to a shade, I think Solar would be in a pretty good position, but now, Trap is splitting up his forces.
Oh, there's no creep, but there is an Overlord in position, so Solar should be able to see this. He should try and spread his army. I do like that Solar, he does have a Spine at his third as well to help out with defense, in case he gets spread a little bit too thin. We'll see as the Adepts are getting warped in.
Yeah, the Links are not quite, they're not quite ready to surround these Adepts, and now a lot of drones are being picked off here. Solar will go in for the surround. The Adepts over at the third base will be chased away for the time being. These Adepts are going to commit to the shade, but they shade right on top of roaches, and this is the sandwich that Solar wanted.
Yeah,
Pastrami.
He does catch a bunch of Adepts there. There
but
are
so
Adepts
many
at the third base.
drones, though. This has been a better defense for Solar in terms of killing the Adepts, but so much worse in terms of losing the drones. And I gotta tell you, Light, I think the latter is a bit more important than the former.
This is the first time Trap has actually been aggressive with his Adepts and actually completed all of his shades. He's going for worker kills, and because of that, he is currently ahead in the worker count. He's getting a third base behind this as well, and he hasn't finished. He's continuing to make more and more Adepts.
Exactly. This is... I feel like this is mostly just to distract Solar, you know, try to buy himself a bit of time, as his defenses, they are a little bit lacking. These two Adepts are getting so much value here in Solar's main. Okay, you know how we said that you cannot force Solar into an all-in? Well, I think he has just about been forced into it. The choice was taken off his hands now, and Solar is going for that all-in. Little bit of a whiff there on the force field, but it was enough, it seemed. This Cybercore is about to go down. Solar really hammering down on top of Trap's door. He has a bigger army, but Trap, he's got the defender's advantage. He's got the beefier units.
Yeah, and he's completely all in. He is down almost 20 workers to Trap. He's flooding more and more links across the map. He's morphing as many Ravagers as he can. He took down the Cybernetics core.
And I like that he's actually being careful. He's not running, even though there's a massive hole here, he's not running his units into it. He knows that there's plenty of energy on those sentries. He can just get isolated. He is forcing these force fields, and there we have it. Force fields have been taken down. Gateways are pretty much the last line of production here for Trap. There are a lot of shield batteries here though, but there's just so much Zerg. I think Trap might have just done it. Trap being forced to pull the boys. But has he though?
And he pushes the army back. Solar, he needs to deal more damage. He needs, like, the Immortals are so low. Can he actually break him?
Well, the Warp Prism is now here. There's no reliable anti-air here for Solar. The army is getting so thinned out here for Trap. But is it still enough? This is going down to the wire light. This is... You can talk about scrappy games. This is... They're both down in the mud. Neither of them
Trap,
are standing.
he hasn't lost any of his immortals. It just comes down to these 3 immortals that Trap has left, as well as a couple of zealots. But Solar, he's continuing to flood more.
The boys are being taken out.
Oh, and it's because of the production as well. The production was hurt for Trap, so he's having difficulty warping more and more in.
It was. Oh, but these defensive DTs, these might just be enough here for Trap. Solar has no way to get detection on the side of the map. He's been chased completely away. I am in awe, Light. I am in absolute awe on what I'm seeing. He was even trying to pull the queens, but now that he realizes, I do not have detection, I need detection. Just gonna be getting 11 drones, and I think that might be way too late here. Look at this armada of
yeah, a bunch of them were sent across the map, but again,
but if
when it comes to
equalized.
the damage dealt, he may have dealt enough damage. He is currently ahead in workers.
What? How?
Again, like Trap was forced to pull workers, like he lost his 3rd base as well. All the production was lost as well, and he was banking on those DTs, but they came out quite late, and because of that, Solar is in this game.
Solar's ahead in workers now. He's actually ahead, and he is getting his layers a little bit late. Solar, or Trap now, trying to hammer down the doors of Solar, but I think he might just have a little bit too little. There are plenty of queens here to act as, to try to zone out that warp prism, and they have a lot of energy for transfuse. But sometimes all it takes is 1 DT. There is just no detection here for Solar.
Yeah, I think Trappy's being a little bit too conservative with his DTs. They could have been dealing more damage. Instead, trying to use them in the main army, buying Solar enough time to finally get an Overseer out with his lair. And again, I don't know if Trap is going to be able to push up this ramp.
Well, he's definitely going to try. A run by coming in here from Solar should be able to catch a lot of these probes off guard. They are being pulled. Maybe might even force a recall. If not, it will force Trap's hand as he is going up this ramp. The warp prism has been taken out. Solar just needs to stay alive here. So many probes have gone down now, and I think it's kind of hard to tell. Solar has the defender's advantage. There's always a recall available here. He does need to pull the workers, and there you have it. There is no micro available here because there is no warp prism. These immortals are so exposed, but it's 4 immortals, but they're not going to do a lot here versus the Ravagers. Solar has just done it. What a series that we had in front of us here, Light. It was absolutely insane.
G. Solar does it. He manages to push through all the Protoss. He goes through the Shield of Fire. He goes through the Wing Commander himself. And he is our ESL Open Cup 19 Asia champion.
Tying it up to his old rival Zest. And could Zest beat Trap? I think not.
Yeah.
Well, he could, but he didn't today.
He could, but he didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wow. GG. Well played. Solar is the first champion of this new EPT format. He walks away with 200 USD as well as 10 EPT points.
It is. You know, Trap, he's not walking home empty-handed. It's not the olden days. We're a bit more civilized now. We'll be able to walk out with 100 USD. Gonna be treating them Jenner boys to a bit of a late supper there.
Yeah. Maybe even treating Gemini for maybe a late dinner. I don't know.
Catch him off work as he gets off work.
Yeah. We'll see. As again, really well played by both players. Took it all the way to the ace match. Some nice variety there by Trap. Almost able to break Solar. It almost looked like he was able to hold that all in as well, but nicely done there by Solar. Being very, as you were saying, he was being very, I guess, conservative with his Ravagers and his Lings, making sure he pokes in, he forces out a couple of force fields and backs off, making sure he doesn't commit too much too soon. And yeah, that was very nicely executed. Didn't end the game, but it did get Solar back in the game.
And then he won the game.
That he did.
All right, we've actually gone for 5 hours 15 minutes here.
Yeah, I told you. When this started, I'm like, yo, if there's two best of fives in the semis, it's gonna be 5 hours. Like,
Yeah. That's a lot of content here.
it is, and I hope the viewers are ready for this more frequently, more regularly. Mondays. What is it?
I'm not sure I'm ready for it.
KST. 6 p.m. KST. My voice is also on the verge. And yeah, just really, really well played. Hopefully we can get a couple more group pleases during Mondays, so then she can relieve you a little bit, that you have a little bit of a break. Shout out to Kuro as well, by the way.
Yeah.
She did cast today, a single game that lasted 6 minutes.
And it was also our observer, except for that single game that lasted 6 minutes.
Yeah. So you too can get a single game that lasts 6 minutes casted by Kuro herself if you do redeem group please with your lily pads in the chat. Not right now since we're kind of closing off the stream, but in a future
Actually,
tournament.
you can redeem it now to prepare Kuro for the future.
True, but you do have to make sure that you tune in to the next broadcast so you are able to catch it.
Yeah, don't pull a quirky.
Yeah, or you can also tune in to the VODs, as we do have a YouTube channel where we upload all of our VODs regularly. We upload daily. We have a lot of content coming out on this channel. Now with ESL Weekly moving to Mondays, we are now live 6 days a week, with 7 broadcasts a week, which is
not one a day. Wednesday is sacred.
Wednesday is our Sunday, if you will. Wednesday is the day that we kind of take a break, and yeah, we have a lot to go over this week. I mean, if you did enjoy our cast, make sure you hit that follow button. We are live pretty often on this channel. We don't just cast Korean StarCraft, we cast Southeast Asian StarCraft, we cast American StarCraft, we cast all kinds of StarCraft. Speaking of which, we will be live
EU though.
We don't have a lot of EU, that is true. We only manage to cast EU players whenever we cast something like IEM or TSL or some of these other big events. That's kind of when we break the norm and then we jump on that. But if you did enjoy our cast, tune in tomorrow, as both Yaku and I will be here at 6 p.m. KST or 7 p.m. AEST, or maybe AEDT, one of those. Regardless, 6 p.m. KST for ESL Open Cup, fueled by Dare. Yaku, do you want to talk a little bit about what that is?
It's this one, the ESL Cup, but region locked for the Southeast Asia and Oceania region. It is using the older rules of ESL. So, yeah, it is still going to be winner takes all. Semifinals is still going to be best of 3s, but other than that, very much the same format. And it's sponsored by Dare Iced Coffee.
Yes, shout out to Dare as well as ESL for hosting that tournament. It is a little bit different. There are no EPT points. It is just money, and it's just a tournament that ESL Australia runs for the Oceanic and Southeast Asian scene. It's really cool that they do it. And yeah, it's kind of something, it's something else for that scene to play every week. As it isn't just that, it is also Grand Platypus Open, which is a tournament that we run for the Southeast Asian scene as well as the Oceanic scene. So if you are interested in said scenes, if you're maybe a little bit curious about it, maybe you don't follow it too much, maybe you just kind of think of Probe as the lone representative of that region, he is the most popular. But there's a lot more to it, and it's really cool to see them duke it out week after week. We did see Mia Micah, for example, take up Probe recently, and Ceter as well has been laddering more. It's cool to see.
Accurate.
Yeah, he has escaped from Tarkov. Finally, took 5 months. But right, other than that, other than that, we also have Spicy League Grand Finals on Thursday. Of course, Wednesday is our day off. Friday, we have our Master Swan Open, which is our amateur tournament for bronze to 4.9k MMR players. Saturday, we have Sentimento Latino, Sunday, we have Battle of the Americas. We have a full week of tournaments. And then we have a couple more things sprinkled in here and there, which we have yet to announce. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, guys. Yaku, who are you? Who are you to these people?
I'm a guy who has to go use the bathroom, so twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I'm gonna try to stream more now that I figured out that Hong Kong is good, and it turns out Singapore was the issue, not me. Twitter.com and Emperor Yakuzaku, exclamation mark Discord. You got our Discord server, you can find me there, but I ain't an admin, so don't message me. Unless you want to message me, but I mean, you know, if you have questions, Light and Kuro are the admins in that particular server. Buy my shirts.
And you can find me at Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do typically tweet when we go live with the cast. Do occasionally stream as well, my latter sessions. But more importantly, follow this Twitch channel if you want to see more of us. Not just us. We have a pretty big casting team. We have Steel Mold as well, who was in the chat. We have Quirky as well, who we kind of referenced as he was the player manager for Splice. We have Dali. We have Jet. We have Krupp. Shout out to Krupp. She observed today. It's great. And yeah, that's it for us for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned. We will raid another StarCraft
Vivid
streamer. Vivid raided us earlier.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
I don't think he's streaming right now. But yeah,
Probably
we'll raid
not.
someone else. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, guys.
Bye.
Ciao.